Oh hey, welcome to the video. These are gonna be tips that you need to know in order to get a bigger butt because the internet literally lies to you. They're like, do a squat. They say do a squat. They put like, oh, I'm just saying the internet like. Oh hey. So I need to tell you guys something. The internet definitely tells you like lies. People say get your little resistance bands and your 10-pound dumbbells and let's do squats together. Yeah, that's not like the people with like big butts and slim waists. That's not what they do. They first of all, they've been working out for a long time, and second of all, they literally like no, you have to lift heavy because if you don't lift, you're not gonna get bulky. You have to lift heavy, or else if you don't, you're not gonna turn out like this. If you do lift heavy, you're gonna turn out like this because literally this girl has never used a 10-pound dumbbell to do a squat. We use 10-pound dumbbells to do like bicep curl, not even 20 pounds. Like if you're telling me that you're gonna use a 20-pound dumbbell to do a squat, but I'm using 20-pound dumbbells to do curls for like 20 reps, that's kind of weird. And then like let's say you use a 40-pound dumbbell to do a squat. Still, like if I'm shoulder pressing now, why are you? No, I mean I just know that you can lift more than you think you can lift. Like it might seem heavy, but then you pick up a heavier weight and you can do more. And then that's when you're pushing yourself and that's when you make the most gains. Anyways, I kind of got off track. You might want to cut some of that out.
No.
No.
The glutes are the biggest muscle in the body, and you need to train them as such. So you need to do things that require a lot of weight, more than 20 pounds. That's what she's saying.
Because I know everyone can do more than 20 pounds.
Everyone. You can, unless you have some extenuating circumstance, which you probably don't if you're watching this. But anyways, so the exercises I'm going to show y'all today, I'm going to just do a little crash course on each exercise. We're going to do squats, and we're going to do RDLs, and then we're going to do Bulgarians and hip thrusts. These are essential. You could repeat these every leg day for a long time, for years, before they're exhausted. Make sure you go up in weight week by week, or change up your
till failure. Well, not
till
always,
failure or
like,
almost failure.
Yeah.
But you don't know what failure is until you go there.
Not till you're just tired. Not till you're tired. Till your legs don't work anymore.
So you literally physically give out.
I need to start doing that more.
We're working on this ourselves. But here. Oh my god. Does this work? Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate a squat. You got a barbell here. You're gonna put it slightly below your shoulders. The pins, or whatever you want to call them. And you're gonna put some weight on. At the beginning, of course, go light. Get the form down. Form is essential. But once you feel confident in your form, you gotta take it up a notch. I mean, you gotta be adding some weight. Obviously, don't hurt yourself. If the form is not good, you're gonna hurt yourself. But anyways, you're gonna put your feet under the bar. Use your knees to go up, not your back. And then you want your feet like shoulder width, depending. If it hurts this way, you can go out more, toes out more, or you can go more narrow. But generally, you're gonna want kind of shoulder width, toes out a little bit. And you wanna hit hips below knees or parallel and up. You don't want your reps to look like this. That's not a full range of motion. You wanna go all the way to the bottom where the muscle is stretched the most. You wanna keep your back as straight as possible. You don't want this. You don't want this. You want it straight. So you have to brace your core. Okay. Do you have tips for squat?
So the thing with depth, I struggled with a lot hitting depth. And I think it's okay. So, oh, thanks. I'll continue. I accidentally turned the volume off. But I'll continue about squat depth. Basically, it took me forever to be able to learn how to squat to depth. Like, squatting is a compound and it's hard. It took me like a year. But basically, like, just start out light. It doesn't like matter. Like we say lift heavy, but like lift heavy enough, but to the point where you can like still like lift with good form. So yeah, and also film yourself. I don't remember what I said, but I think I said film yourself because you never know if you're actually like doing it correctly and hitting correct depth if you can't see yourself because you always think you're doing it. Like obviously you're like, oh, I'm doing it right. Then you see it and you're like, oh, like I should improve on this or that. But I think that's all. Now you're gonna do RDLs, correct? I'll talk you through RDLs. Okay, so RDLs are like a movement that are pretty hard to like kind of understand. It's a Romanian deadlift and it targets like your hamstrings and glutes. So Hannah uses reps because I mean like obviously your glutes and hamstrings are gonna be more strong than your grip strength, but this is like a hip hinging movement. So you want to hinge at your hips, slight bend in your knee, and you want to act like there's a wall behind you and you just want your glutes to hit the wall. You want to keep your arms long and brace for this as well and keep your spine neutral. Like don't arch your back or like have a hump. Just neutral is good. But it's think of it as a hinging movement at your hips, basically. It can be hard as well. So always like I advocate to film yourself so you can see what you're doing, you know? But do you have anything else?
I've seen a lot of people go like this.
Yeah. Keep it close to your body.
You want to focus on putting your ass to the wall. That is the main focus. Don't focus on hinging or like pulling your shoulders down.
True. You want to just hit your butt to the imaginary wall behind you. And go slow. Don't try to go through it fast. So you can really get that mind muscle like connection. So yeah. Okay, next.
Okay. Now I'll go to Bulgarians. Squat and deadlifts, RDLs are probably the best thing to grow your glutes. I know because every strong guy in this gym has the fattest ass I have ever seen. Like, it is ridiculous how fat their asses are. I'm so serious, y'all. But, so, for Bulgarians, my gym has this thingy. This is ideal for me. If your gym doesn't have that thing, you can use a bench or you can use a block or anything that like can support your foot and is kind of low to the ground like this. Like, look how tall this thing is. Anything that's in between like the bottom of your knee and the ground is going to be helpful to put your foot on. But you want to be able to put your toe down instead of like this. But hold up. I'm gonna demonstrate. Here, I'll demonstrate with no weight and with weight, I guess. So you want it so once you're in this position, you want to hinge forward like this, look down at your toe, and hold the weights right here. At the beginning, you can practice with no weight, but ideally you're gonna have to add some weight pretty fast for it to be effective. So when I go down, I tap my knee on the ground very gently, and this is gonna be in a 45-degree angle. So body weight is gonna look, I don't know where to put my hands, but body weight like this. And then adding weight. You wanna put the weight somewhere around your toe, like this. Press your big toe into the ground. Yes, it's hard to balance. Does it ever get easier? Not really. Of course, do both legs. I'll demonstrate with the bench as well. You want to add weight, like you could do 4 sets of 12 reps for 4 weeks, and then go up 5 pounds with the dumbbell. With the bench, you want to tuck your toe like this. Here, I'll use this. Tuck your toe, sit up on the very edge of the bench, put your foot out. This is where you want to be. Get you set up nice and quick. I'll do it one more time. Toe on the edge, sit back, sit straight, foot out. Oh, I almost fell. You are gonna fall over. That's okay. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It doesn't mean you're not ready to do it. No one has that good of balance, so at least I don't. I definitely don't. But I sure as hell I'm gonna do them anyways, because they make that ass fat as hell. If you don't want a fat ass, don't do Bulgarians. But if you do,
they are like literally the only thing that, like the only exercise that consistently, like I can feel the muscles literally tearing and growing. Like there's like
actively,
you get humbled, then the next time you do them, you go up in weight, you get humbled again. You just never don't get humbled by them. It's a good exercise.
I like literally should rename it to the humbler death squats. Everyone hates them. Ask anyone.
Okay, so these are called, okay, people call them like different things. I feel like I call them like glute hyperextensions is what I call them. Let's see if I can. Okay, there you go. All right, so you obviously want to grab like some sort of weight or a plate or something. Um, yeah.
You can hold it down here.
Yeah. Keep your back like hollow, like shoulders forward. When you get up like that. Don't or arch your back. Yeah, like that's perfect.
Don't do this.
No. So you want to feel the contraction in your hamstrings and your glutes. And when I tell you, you literally will be like you will visibly be shaking, you literally will. But make sure that the contraction has like your correct like measurements. You want your hips to be right at that part, and you want to keep your like head down, keep the weight, everything. Yeah, I like to use plates because I can hug them to me, but whatever works. These are good exercise. This is a good exercise to drop set, and when I tell you what drop set is, you're gonna be blown away. Basically, drop set is where you do like a set like with a heavy weight. Oh, that's a good way of holding that. You do it till like literal failure. Like do this until like you can't anymore. Drop the weight, no weight, and just body weight until you physically can't anymore. And your whole body will like your whole lower extremities will start shaking. But these will really help like target your glutes. I don't really know what else to say about them. Like they're just great. I do them every leg day.
What also helps is turning your feet out a little.
Oh, it's true. That is true. I look pretty rough. But you go to the gym.
We're not going to show you hip thrust because there's a man by the hip thrust machine and I don't want to get him in the video. But those are good too. They're a bit overrated. Like, you can't only do hip thrusts and expect your ass to just be popping. They're helpful, but they don't target every single muscle.
But also, misconception in the gym. That Stairmaster doing kickbacks on it will do nothing. Sorry, I just saw it and I was like, doing these will do nothing. Doggies. There's so many things, or like doing these are not gonna build it. Like obviously they're good for mobility and stability and whatever, but you can grab like a heavy kettlebell. Like this is like a 60-pound kettlebell and like do some like goblet squats, sets of 20. Like, I know all of you can, like, hold a 60-pound kettlebell and do squats with it. If you want to go lighter, do more reps. Do it till you literally physically can't anymore. Like, that's so important. Like, doing things till your body is genuinely fatigued, not just like your mind, not till you want to give up, but till your body gives up. That is probably one of the most important things about lifting. People don't see progress because they're like, oh, I'll do 4 by 12. They don't grab a weight heavy enough. They do 12 reps and then they're not even like that fatigued. It's like, okay, what's that going to do for you? You know, you want to go either grab a heavier weight that to the point where you're like doing a set that like you're very fatigued by the 12th rep, or do more reps.
This is a 45, and like obviously that's not heavy enough.
Obviously she's gonna be tired by the 12th rep, but it's not gonna be like enough to do anything for her. Like, this girl needs 100 pounds. Like, obviously the 45, yeah, I'll be tired, out of breath after doing like 15 reps, but will your body, like your muscles, be like, oh, that was like extremely challenging, and now, like, you know, I see people all the time, they're like, oh, I did a 4 by 12 of squats with 20-pound dumbbell. Okay, obviously you're gonna be a little bit out of breath, but you need to really go hard.
Y'all gotta lift heavy. If you want to lift for endurance, muscular endurance, that's all fine and dandy. But then, like, if you're gonna lift light, you gotta be doing like fucking 30, 40, 50 sets of 5.
4x25s. We've done like 4x25s of like certain movements because you're going light. You have to do a lot.
Yeah, the smaller muscles can take that. Some people train like that, but if your only goal is to get a fat ass, it's easier to lift heavier. You don't need to do as many reps. The only thing that's important is going somewhat close to failure.
High intensity, like, doesn't have to be like you're sprinting, but high intensity lifts, like let's say I'm doing a 4x4 on squat. Okay, you bet those 4 squats are gonna be very difficult, you know, like those 4 reps. Like, 4x4, it should be hard still. High intensity, heavyweight.
With every set you do, you want to end on like, holy fuck, I physically cannot do another one. Or you can fail. You should probably fail every once in a while to judge where failure is for you.
And like, obviously we can all work on working up to a high intensity. Like, obviously I come into the gym someday and I'm just lazy, but that's not where the growth happens. Like, oh, let's say I go every day and never work up to high intensity, not gonna grow. And like, we can all work on that. Like, we obviously aren't always giving it our 110. So like, don't get down on yourself if you like don't, but like, that's like how you grow, or else it's gonna take you like years and years to make progress.
The last and most important thing is you have to fucking eat. Because if you want your ass to grow, ass just don't rain from the sky. Like, you gotta put something in your body to give it. Like, that's not how physics works.
And like, it's okay to gain weight. Like, also, if you're hungry, let's say you're hungry because you've been lifting a lot at high intensities, eat until you're full. Yeah, you're gonna gain weight, but also like your body like levels out, it evens out. Like, just trust the process. Eat clean, like eat high protein, like eat rice, chicken, ground turkey, vegetables. Like, it's just like important to eat because you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna eat like a 400 calorie or 200 calorie dinner, chicken and broccoli. Well, you need to fuel your body. Like, you can't be always hungry and then
Add some rice.
Yeah, like, you don't want to go to the gym like, oh, I had a chicken breast, but like you're still hungry. You're hungry because you need to eat more, and then you need to like build muscle. You know, I don't know. Eating is very important though.
Eating is ridiculously important. People think that you just become muscular staying the same weight, especially if you are already fairly skinny.
Oh, yeah. If you're already skinny, you're gonna gain weight when you start lifting.
You have to gain weight or you won't gain muscle. Like, there's like, no way around it.
If you're like, if you have more body fat on you, you could definitely gain muscle and lose body fat and like lose weight, or even stay the same weight. You might be the same weight but look completely different.
Ridiculously
like, don't
different.
use a scale. Take progress photos, if anything.
The scale really doesn't fucking matter for shit. Like, if your only goal is to get a fatter ass, you should probably want to gain more weight, if anything.
I'm in my weight gain era. My butt has gotten bigger.
You can always take it off.
Yeah, you can. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I know I'm not being the cleanest with my diet right now, but I'm like, who cares? Build, like, take advantage of the times that you're eating a lot and not eating the best because you can build muscle still. And then you just take the weight off just by being in a slight deficit. But you can always take the weight off.
You can always take it off. It's way harder to add muscle than to take it away. So I don't know. Keep eating. If you already feel like you're overweight, you know, eat the same.
Eat clean.
But
Honestly,
eat protein.
If you're like, if you want a treat, eat some fruits. Like I'm a victim of going to Hy-Vee and getting cinnamon rolls, yes, but instead go eat some fruits and like the small differences will definitely make like it'll make a big change.
Fruit can definitely be treated as candy.
And also, I'm gonna say this: like when I first started lifting, I was eating so much protein and so many like high protein meals. I was not even hungry to eat like dessert or treats. Like I was like stuffing my body full because I'm like I'm getting these newbie gains. Like I'm like I want to take advantage, you know. So like I was just eating a lot of protein, a lot of rice and vegetables. I was not even hungry at the end of the day to even think about eating a cinnamon roll or an Oreo, you know. Like I wasn't even like didn't even have enough room in me because I was like bulking, trying to get a bigger butt, obviously, and I was eating so much protein I had no room to eat a treat. So if you know what, if you want to eat a treat, go eat a protein yogurt. That's 20 grams of protein. 20. 20. I wouldn't eat anything that didn't have protein in it. I should probably go back to those methods, but it's a mentality. Don't eat it if it doesn't have protein. I'm kidding. Eat whatever you want, but like protein helps. It definitely does.
Eating just meat and vegetables is it's a pretty good hack. Oh, the best hack is protein smoothies. Although they're kind of gross. But like just straight up like raspberry, blueberry, strawberry with protein and water and literally that's it. With protein powder, I mean. Or almond milk, yeah. Or whatever kind of milk you like. But that is the best hack because you can get it down and not be full and then you can eat more. But I do have the mindset of like don't eat it unless it has protein in it, except for vegetables, obviously, and fruit is good too, here and there. Fruit is a great snack.
Listen to your hunger cues and don't try to suppress it. Like, let's say you're hungry, you're like really hungry, you just had a big workout, and you eat one meal, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just ate a whole meal. Like, I can't eat anymore, but I'm still hungry. If you're still hungry, eat. Like, your body knows what it's doing, you know? Maybe eat another serving of chicken, or like, put some more rice, or like protein pasta, eat some more. Like, if you're hungry, eat more. If you're not hungry, just don't like try to overdo it, you know? Like, just listen to your body. And like, yeah, I think it's important so you don't like disrupt this homeostasis like crazily bad, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all.
Yeah, I went through a phase of trying to overfeed myself.
It's not worth it.
Like maybe if I was competing and needed to for whatever like fancy purpose.
Like your body was telling you didn't want to. Like don't fight it.
Another thing I went through is at the beginning, I only did exercises that wouldn't grow my quads, my thighs, because I was like, oh, I want skinny thighs, fat ass. You know what I realized? Men like a bitch who looks sturdy. Like men like a girl. It's not even about men. It's about whatever you want, of course. A lot of girls get mad when I say that.
About men.
It's about whoever you want it to be about. Like if you want to attract the opposite sex, you know what, girl, go do that. I don't give a fuck. Like
no, but I think it's important to find a purpose in your workout. And your purpose, I believe, the purpose should never be primarily for looks. It should be for like health, and it should be to get stronger. Like if your mindset is to completely focus, I want my body to look like this. It's gonna make it way harder. Just trust the process. Be healthy. Be strong. You know.
I agree, but if just changing your looks can get you into the gym, that's props to you. But once you are here, you're gonna have a mindset shift. Once you come consistently, you're gonna have a mindset shift. Like literally, I first went to the gym and I said, all I want is a fat ass. That is the only reason I'm going here. That's all I want. I don't know why. It's just my desire. Within literally months, my new goal was only strength. I only wanted to be stronger. Started benching and shit too. That that is now my only goal, honestly. I like don't even care about that. The leg day is the hardest too, so but here we are, stronger, ass fatter, and my thighs got bigger. Who gives a fuck? Like men like thick thighs too. Everyone loves thick thighs. Who doesn't like thick thighs? Like I like thick thighs. You like thick thighs? Oh my god. Y'all don't want them to be beefy?
I love thick thighs.
Oh, she loves it.
That's my main goal. I want to grow my quads. I'm like, I want
Oh, yeah,
big
you
quads.
do.
Like, I love big quads. I think it's a
I
flex.
need to work on my quads. I'm
Oh,
embarrassed.
you have good quads. You just gotta flex them out.
Yes.
Everyone has different goals, though. Just work towards your goals.
Work towards our goals. Whatever gets you into the gym, use it. Use that. Practice. Practice your form. Don't hurt yourself. Don't forget to eat. Eat at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So like for me, I weigh like what 120 sometimes on a good day, and I eat 120 grams of protein. Just track it for like a few days. Get the vibe of how much protein is in each food. And then if you continue eating those foods, well, you already know how much protein is in it and you don't really need to track anymore.
I can like look at a food and like assess how many like proteins are in it. I feel like,
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can.
or like when I used to count calories, I could do that too. I don't count calories. It's stupid. Don't count calories. Not unless you're trying to like you need to get healthy. Obviously, if you need to get healthy, but other than that, you're fine.
You're fine, girl. Don't worry about it. Just like eat protein, lift heavy. That's it. That's it. Eat protein, lift heavy. That's my only message. Okay. Good night. Come say bye.
Bye.